Kamla lived in a garden of human diversities, but she looked and engaged with it from ground up. She let her own soil recognize and touch these other soils, and saw new potentials, other possibilities. Her spontaneous warmth and love flowed from these affirmations of other beings, all made of that common soil, of a common humanity. Whatever she put her gaze on, she explored multiple ways to capture and express it, through songs, poetry, hugs, laughter, posters, writing, performance, workshops, seminars, exhibitions, and above all, her speeches. These were direct, simple, and in words that you had heard before, but had never strung together in such effective, meaningful sentences before, and delivered with such conviction. It would move the listeners no matter who she was. A tribal whose words were more of silences than spoken, or a young schoolgirl, an IAS officer, a foreigner, an intern, or a live TV audience.
और यूनिडाइमेंशनल बना दिया पेट्रियार्की ने आपको। पैसा कमाने के अलावा बाय गॉड आपको कुछ नहीं आता, ना सिलाई, ना कढ़ाई, ना बुनाई, ना पापड़ बनाना, ना खाना बनाना, ना बच्चे पालना। पितृसत्ता एक सोशल सिस्टम है जो औरत को कमतर समझता है, मर्द को बेहतर समझता है। जी, जी। पिदरशाही कह लें, पेट्रियार्की कह लें। जी, जी। आप किस पर हाथ उठा सकते हैं? कोई मर्द अपने बॉस पर तो कभी हाथ नहीं उठाता, अपने से सीनियर पर तो उसका हाथ कभी नहीं उठता। जी। हाथ हमारा उस पर उठता है जिसको हम कमतर समझते हैं, कमजोर समझते हैं। तो पितृसत्ता जो है ये सोच बाकायदा सिस्टमैटिकली रोजाना पैदा करती है। फिर हमारी परंपराएं, तो मैंने उनके लिए लिखना शुरू किया। जितनी भी वो कविताएं लिखी गई वो ऐसी लिखी हैं जिसमें औरत भी सब कुछ करती है, मर्द भी सब कुछ करता है, और लड़का भी सब कुछ करता है, और लड़की भी सब कुछ करती है। और आज हम 32-33 साल के बाद देख रहे हैं कि ये अभी भी शायद उससे ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है।
तुम खाना खाते हो?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ।
तुम खाना पकाते भी हो?
ना जी, ना जी, ना जी, ना।
खाने भी हाँ, पकाने की ना। ऐसे कैसे चलेगा?
मैं बिल्कुल करती हूँ मेकअप। मैं अपना माइंड मेकअप करती हूँ, मैं अपने सपनों को सजाती हूँ, मैं इरादों का मेकअप करती हूँ और वादों का मेकअप करती हूँ। हाँ, मैं मेकअप करती हूँ।
Language became such an edible, transformative and healing medium when Kamla practiced it. She had the ease of a farmer as she moved between the fields of so many languages. A rich, varied life gave her a ground, the clay from which her words grew. Her language sprung, a clay to create the elements of her various expressions, simple, powerful words for her poems and songs. She was the woman who fully lived her moment, inhabiting it with her entire self, investing it with all she had. Kamla was perhaps the brightest of the stars that we experienced in our life, who shared her luminosity to illuminate those around her. One never knew the worlds that had existed within ourselves until she helped to reveal them.
Because I'm a girl, I must study. To fight men's violence, I must study. To end my own silence, I must study. To challenge patriarchy, I must study. To demolish all hierarchy, I must study. Because I'm a girl, I must study. To mold a faith I can trust, I must study. To make laws that are just, I must study. To sweep centuries of dust, I must study. To challenge what I must, I must study. Because I'm a girl father, I must study. The only way to fight violence is with love, and that is why this Saint Valentine's Day, on this Saint Valentine's Day, we are saying we don't want violence, we want love. What kind of love? Just love. Love based on justice, love based on equality, just love based on mutual respect. हमें बाजारू प्यार नहीं चाहिए, हमें 10 रुपए का आर्ची कार्ड वाला, हमें हीरे जवाहरात वाला वैलेंटाइंस डे नहीं चाहिए. हमारे लिए मोहब्बत का मतलब है किसी का कंधा बन जाना. हमारे लिए मोहब्बत का मतलब है ममता, करुणा. वो करुणा जिसका पाठ बुद्ध ने पढ़ाया, वो करुणा जिसका पाठ प्रोफेट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने पढ़ाया, वो प्यार जिसके लिए कबीर ने कहा कि पोथी पढ़ पढ़ जग हुआ, हुआ न पंडित कोई, और ढाई आखर प्रेम का
We remember her for her animated enthusiasm and amazing energy levels that sprung from her constantly seeking and finding common centers with people, projects, ideas, and new possibilities. She would instantly dance with those opportunities to connect and to make. She is in us today.
It was set up and it went on. Similarly, in South Asia, we started through FAO a group called Sangat. After I left FAO, Sangat still continues. So I've been doing this kind of work at the national level since 1970, 45 years, and at the regional, Asian, global level for 40 years now. And even now, every time there is an opportunity to get involved with a global campaign, like in 2003, when I was approached by my friend Maren in Switzerland through the SDC office in Delhi to ask if I would join the 1,000 Women for the Nobel Peace Prize 2005, and I immediately said yes. And now for 13 years, 12 years, I've been involved with this. 4 years ago, I was asked by E. Wensler, before they were starting 1 Billion Rising campaign against violence against women. And once again, I said yes. Because I feel that when I'm working in my own organization called Sangat, I feel like a drop of water. But once I join Peace Women across the globe, or PP21, or World Social Forum, or 1 Billion Rising, I feel like the ocean. And I think that is the beauty of our campaigns and movements. From drops, we become the ocean. Without these drops, there can be no ocean. And without the ocean, the drops cannot be connected. We would feel vulnerable, we would feel small, a little bit of political pressure, and we would evaporate.
After every heartbreaking tragedy, Kamla would pick herself up again and tend to the scars with yet another upaj made with love, laughter, and creativity. She somehow always managed to make more to cover the less that she had become. Even in her most vulnerable moments, she had the simultaneous presence of acceptance and a gentle but firm resolve to live fully again. Her son Chotu remained her North Star through it all, a steady witness and a fountain of love for her.
Working with women in trade unions is a song which is from a strike by women workers in factories in 1917 strike for a 10-hour working day. Right? So many years ago, before the 8 hours working day was established, they were trying to establish a 10-hour working day, and it was a very successful strike in this town called Lawrence, Massachusetts. As we come marching, marching through the beauty of the day, a million darkened kitchens, 1,000 mills grey, are touched by all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses, and the people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we come marching, marching, unnumbered women dead, go crying through our singing, the ancient call for bread, small art and love and beauty, their drudging spirits new. Yes, indeed, it's bread we fight for, but we fight for roses too. As we come marching, marching, we bring the greater days, for the rising of the women means the rising of the race. No more the drudge and idler tend their toil while one reposes, but a sharing of life's glories, bread and roses, bread and roses.
But South Asia needed her the most. But as you can see today, Asma has only left her body. Her soul is here, her passion is here, and her compassion is here. Her ideas are still with us and will remain with each one of us who believes in the rule of law for all, human rights for all, democracy for all.
वीना जी को मेरा लाल और बैंगनी सलाम और माय सोशलिस्ट फेमिनिस्ट सल्यूट. वीना जी, what a woman, what a feminist, what an academic, what an activist, what a friend, what a mentor, what a heart, what a mind. An amazing combination of theory and action. So serious and yet so funny. In fact, whenever I think of Vinadi, I think of her as a person with a naughty smile all the time. Sometimes even a wicked smile. I think I remember her like this because Vinadi and I basically had a very strange kind of laugh relationship. We laughed each other a lot. Whenever we met, we laughed and we had fun together. I think Vinadi thought I was basically a comic relief, and I was quite happy with that. I was happy fooling around with her, making her laugh. And I was thinking that we met 36 years ago, in 1977, for the first time, in Tehran, out of all the places. We met at an Asia and Pacific meeting on women and development. Whenever Vinadi met me, she would actually be ordering me around. Arey oh Kamla, और कोई slogan लिख देना. I remember we were at a very serious fancy meeting, a conference on population, and she wanted a strong, funny slogan. And I remember I came up with this one: women don't need property, we need property. And God, she loved this slogan, and we had so much fun together making everybody shout this slogan: women don't need property, we need property. Vinati and I met mainly at the national conferences of women's studies. Both of us were very active in that organization, and once I was the General Secretary of the Indian Association of Women's Studies. At these national conferences of women's studies, my main role used to be to keep the level of fun and noise high. And of course, वो ऑर्डर आता था ऊपर से, अरे कमला कहाँ गई, उसको बुलाओ, वो गाना गाएगी. I remember in 1984 we had this National Conference of Women's Studies in Chandigarh. I mean, it was really a vibrant conference, and I was in a very funny mood, and I wrote a song using the Punjabi tappa style, making fun basically of all the academics and researchers. You know, there was a tension all the time in these conferences between activists and academics. And of course, most of us were both. So in that conference I wrote this song based on tappas, and it worked. And Veena Di loved that song. And for the next 25 years almost, wherever we met, and if there was a chance of us having fun, I had to sing that song for Veena Di. So remembering Veena Di with my deepest affection and deepest admiration, I wish to sing this song for Veena Di, telling her we will always remember you, Veena Di, for all your contribution, and we promise to take your mission forward. So in this song it goes, लोग मरीजों को लाए हैं, लोग मरीजों को लाए हैं, उनको खबर पड़ी बड़े डॉक्टर आए हैं. डॉक्टर मीना मजूमदार आ रही हैं, डॉक्टर अंदू अग्निहोत्री आ रही हैं. So the other woman answers, नहीं नहीं, ये दवाई वाले डॉक्टर नहीं, ये दवाई वाले डॉक्टर नहीं, किताबें लिखते हैं जिन्हें कोई पढ़ता नहीं, किताबें लिखते हैं जिन्हें कोई पढ़ता नहीं. Then a Punjabi woman hears, at this place there are going to be workshops. So one of them says, वर्कशॉप में जाना है, वर्कशॉप में जाना है, स्टोव मेरा बंद पड़ा उसे ठीक कराना है. The other woman who knows a little bit says, ये वर्कशॉप अनोखी है, थ्योरी और कॉन्सेप्ट्स की यहाँ मरम्मत होती है. ये कैसा मेला है, झूले दुकानें नहीं, ना कोई ठेला है. So the woman says, ये स्कॉलर्स का मेला है, जो जार्गन ना समझे वो बिल्कुल अकेला है. इतना मोटा पर्चा है, समझा कोई नहीं, पर जोरों का चर्चा है. कॉन्फ्रेंस में आया करो, कॉन्फ्रेंस में आया करो, डेटा हम देंगे, तुम थ्योरी बनाया करो. डेटा सबसे ही ले लेंगे, डेटा सबसे ही ले लेंगे, झटपट लिख पर्चा अपने नाम से छपा देंगे, झटपट लिख पर्चा अपने नाम से छपा देंगे. And finally, of course, we reconcile and the song says, कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाएंगे, थ्योरी और एक्शन का अब फर्क मिटाएंगे. Vinadi, I can hear you laugh. It has been wonderful knowing you and will always remember you. Below, on a turned tongue, then close your lips properly. If your lips are too open, then the wind will all go out. And don't fight. Just gently try until you get this whistly sound, and that means you are getting it. Huh? Ooh, nice, eh?